Evening, everybody. Saucy here, playing a new city building strategy survival game that I've discovered that I've been really enjoying. As you can see up here, I'm playing for a while, right? Today, Land of the Vikings, city builder, essentially. Audio now. Pretty dope. Map out your city. Survive. Conquer. Having fun with it. I'm gonna do Viking thing.
Ten.
9.
8. Like thing was 2 hours.
Oh, what about 10? What?
Well, I was saying the 10 Vanguard ops took about 2 hours. Yeah. So I can get that done in in total it'll be like 4.5 hours ish.
Yeah. I think tomorrow's Saturday.
Yeah. So I should have this for Sunday. Ooh. And that 10th one I just finished too gave me ranked me up in the Vanguard. So I got a reward. He's like, it was meant to be.
It was meant to be, dude.
No. Okay. That was just you paused. I just said no.
No, yeah, that's probably accurate.
You're probably right. It's missing 2 things. You have.
Oh, yeah, that
No,
little tiny one.
no,
No, it's not
yeah.
the one that I'm worried about. It's the mine.
But yeah, I'm just saying, I didn't know. Like it said, stage you needed
Yeah,
2
this
of
is just the
something.
wood.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is the wood storage. I was hoping I could wood storage built, but I could cut all these trees down with wood storage, and then I have right here.
Yeah, you got enough resource. Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Workers gotta get
Plenty.
over there.
That's the-
There's a question mark.
Height.
Question. Top left.
Hmm?
Top left. There's a question. Or an exclamation. Come in.
Building storage is. I don't know where those are supposed to be.
Marketplace. You can sell them. Gold.
Oh.
Or gold. Ooh. Oh, Guardian.
Here. All that stuff. Ish. Easier-ish.
Easier-ish.
Quicker-ish, maybe? I don't know, but we got one right here I'm trying to get. They won't even.
They just sound like lazy fucks to me then.
Water. Make the beer. Produce it.
Do the thing.
Do the thing with the stuff.
Man.
Don't be lame.
Okay.
Got the lottery tonight, trying to win $1.1 billion.
That would be so nice to have that much money.
Just
oh, God.
disgusting.
I would fucking love it, though. The amount of things I could...
The number of militaries that I could quickly get out of. At least one.
Oh, baby. At least one.
The number of jobs that my wife wouldn't have to work anymore. At least one, right, babe?
At least one. Two, which is not very many, but it's crazy that it happened twice.
I think she'd keep working. She said she'd keep working.
Yeah.
But take the money and like buy into the company and get a bunch of crap fixed that the current owners won't fix.
Yeah. Like, basically become the new owner, just buy them out. Where it's like, you could still do stuff, but it's not like, you know, you have to be at a physical location every single day.
Just do
like,
a lot more and better than current people.
Yeah, just put, you know, money into it to make it better. Treat your employees well. That's another way to improve your business. Any business, regardless of what it is, one of the best ways to improve it is treat your employees well.
Crazy. It's almost like, duh.
Yeah, it's like, which is really funny is because all of these like mega corporation stuff, that you treat their employees like shit, but they're like, but our system works because we have so much money. It's like, no, because you've been around for a long time and you, in the beginning, you had good product that people wanted. I mean, you still, they, you know, depending on like Apple and stuff, they still make products that people want and stuff, but regardless. But all these like new startup companies that these like, you know, semi-rich people who are like, you know, have these like trust funds or whatever that are doing, but have like, you know, these, but they have good morals. They're like, I'm going to start this business. They don't have like the best products or anything. They're just coming in to compete with other people, but they treat their employees really, really well. And they make fuckloads of money, like straight out of the gate.
Yeah.
It's because their employees are like, hey, they're treating me well. They're taking care of my needs. I'm going to take care of the business's needs because my shit's taken care of. So they put that extra, you know, they go, instead of putting in 90%, they put that 110%. So you're getting some quality ass work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
like
a conversation that she and I had as well, because the minimum wage of Virginia just went up, and you know, she was trying to give people raises and stuff like that. The owners were like, No.
Huh?
Minimum wage, like, just, the crew members are making $12, so she's like, all right, well, so we gotta put the assistant managers up to like 13, 14 bucks, so there's an incentive to be
Yeah,
an assistant manager, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Because it makes sense. They're like, no, 12.25.
What the fuck?
Huh? Yeah. What?
How do you expect these people to do their jobs well? Like they'll do their jobs. You're paying them to do a job. They'll do it,
No,
but they're
not
gonna
these
do the
people.
bare. Well, I mean, but like, well, I'll say your average person, like, will do the bare fucking minimum.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go out of their way to make sure extra shit is done that they're not, contractually obligated to do.
House. No.
Oh Jesus.
It.
No.
Just
Like,
no.
is there some kind of fire service that you have, or no?
Nope, there isn't.
Sick.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Yikes. Can you like demolish the building?
Oh,
Yeah, that takes care of the fire problem then. just enough spacing between the houses where the fire doesn't jump.
that's expert city planning right there. Accidentally.
Hell yeah, just put roads in between every single one of your buildings so nothing jumps.
Accidental
so it's
big
like-
brain play.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you need incentives for higher position, and just in general, it's like if one is doing well at your company, and like the way my company, like ACP, does it, is that every year they give you a raise,
Mhm.
but that raise, like the amount, determines on how well you perform.
Right.
Like you're gonna get a raise. It might be like $1.50 or whatever if you do not doing too well, but like, at one of my raises, I jumped up $3.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because they see, they're like, hey, you're doing good. But then, every year they give, bonuses. Like, obviously, not every company has to do bonuses and stuff, and,
Right.
all that good stuff. But it's like, at least incentivize good quality work. Because then it goes, and encourage people to talk about their wages. Like, don't make it, like this, if you talk about how much we pay you, we're going to throw you in prison kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, make it open. Hey, you guys are allowed to discuss how much you make and stuff, because that, puts pressure on us to make sure you guys are being paid how much you're supposed to get. Because the new guy gets on, and they're like, all the other employees are like, oh, what's your starting pay? And he's like, oh, I'm $11. They're like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be making a minimum wage, and they'll go talk to somebody. Like, they'll encourage you to talk to the higher ups. Like, wait, why am I getting paid this amount? And then maybe there's a reason behind it, and it's like, oh, you're just, your first 3 months, we're gonna, make sure you can acclimate to the job, because you're not, and you're not a good fit here. There's no point in paying you the full amount, like, the trial period. And it's like my job did that. I was at $16, and then right after the 3 months, they bumped me up to 18.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, encourage employees to talk about their wages, incentivize good work, quality work, and hard work by giving them more money. Don't give them like a $25 gift card to Taco Bell. Like, actually pay them more money.
Yeah.
Like, that shit, fucking people post shit like that on, like, the internet and stuff. It's like, oh, my company decided to give out,
Pizza party.
yearly bonuses, and we had a pizza party, and they gave everybody a $15 gift card on Amazon. Like, that's not incentivizing anything.
Yeah. Anything for nobody from nowhere.
Yeah, and it's like, and most of the time, I'm sure it's like you're forced to go to like this, pizza party or whatever. It's like, I would have paid you $15 for me not to go to this. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I'm getting fucking shafted this whole fucking time. So it's like, you gotta treat your employees well.
Impossible.
Yeah, impossible for these, these people who you view businesses to be run like mega corporation. Like, if we do exactly what they do, our business will do really, really well. It's like, no. Like, that's not how this works. Sure, can you get to that level? Yeah. But you need a good-ass product that, regardless of the amount of work your employees doing, people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Like, fast food company, like, chains and stuff, like the, McDonald's or Taco Bell, it's like, people are going to buy that food. Period. So it's like, you don't really have to treat your employees well because people are still going to keep coming. But if you're putting out a product that's the exact same as somebody else, it's like you got to do something different, and that different is quality of work.
Yeah.
And to get that, you treat your employees like fucking human beings.
I agree.
The military doesn't do that, but they got enough people where it doesn't matter, and they're gonna get paid regardless. Smiles.
Yours.
Merchant ship.
Movie offer. What do you want, huh?
Do they sell workers who actually do work?
Huh.
Oh, you got a bunch of gold.
Yeah, I'm pretty stacked when it comes to
finances.
All right. See you later, bud.
Oh, no. You. Oh, no, you gotta turn the automatic harvest off. That's how you really play this game.
What's that?
I said, nah, you gotta turn that automatic harvest off. That's how you really play this game. So if you forget to tell the farmers to harvest, crops will die.
Yeah.
And then you're fucked.
I'm trying to avoid that. I knew.
Making it.
Sailors want 10% less beer. That's hilarious.
Hell yeah.
That's a thing.
Drink the water we provide, not the fucking
10%
beer, you
less
psychos.
beer. Yeah. Or
Absolute psycho.
build me
Yeah,
a
instead of that barrel of water on the shit that people drink from, it's just a barrel of just beer. In the barrel, you just ladle it. Just get fucking wasted.
Build me a ship worthy. The mine of Moria coming over here. Progress. A little bit. Alright.
Yeah, there's some stone. Just remember, don't dig too deep.
Oh, I want the Balrogs. Pouring out of it.
We're gonna tame them.
Yep. Tame them and send them to war.
War Balrogs.
War rogs. Fabric.
Aren't they making a season 2? Rings of Power.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah. That was good. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was cool
My
how
brother
the
watched it.
ending
Go ahead.
was see how Mordor was formed.
Yeah, I like that.
And it showed the elven rings. I have a feeling that there's going to be, there was 3 sets of rings, right? There was three to the elves.
Yeah, it is. Yes, 3 elves,
7 to the dwarves,
and
and 9 to the men. Yeah, I think there's
Yeah.
going to be at least 3 seasons. We saw how the rings for the elves were made. We're going to see how the rings for the dwarves are going to be made, right? Because they were talking about mining mithril and all that jazz. And then I think
Yeah.
the 3rd season will be the rings for the men. We'll see Aragorn's line of folk.
Yeah, and then maybe towards the end of season 3, they'll leave it like a cliffhanger, as like the beginning of like the corruption of man.
Yeah.
Rings, and then like if they go to a season 4, it's like the kings of man becoming the ring race and stuff, and then escalating to the point where like people are starting to like realize like, okay, this is an issue, and then maybe like they'll do like a season 5 where like maybe some time has passed, like because you get like the end of season 4 of like things escalating, like orcs roaming around, and conflicts happening and stuff more and more often.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's like 2 years goes by, like they do like between season 4 and season 5. It's been like 2 years, and like they kind of recap a little bit in like episode 1, season 5, and then it's like the lead up to like the actual like the war, with Sauron and stuff, and then maybe the last episode is like the actual battle, and then you see his the ring gets cut off and stuff, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Or they might push it to like a season 6 or something. I think that'd be kind of cool. And that'd be a great way to end the show, is ending with that battle.
Oh yeah.
I actually know that because that battle took place a long time later, because Elrond was like much, much older. So it's like hundreds of years later, actually. But so they could still do like jumps and stuff between seasons.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot in the Silmarillion. So I mean,
Well, what's his face is Isildur
yeah,
is in season 2, or is in season 1.
yeah,
So they can't go too far because
bro.
he's alive after the battle where Sauron loses the ring.
Yeah, and he's not gonna live that long. He's probably at that battle. That like he's probably in something like maybe in his 40s. So I mean, Sauron's gotta, Elrond's gotta, get some aging going on real quick.
Yeah.
He's a couple hundred years old and stuff, but he still looks like a teenager. Like in his 20s or whatever. Like, I forget the actor's name, but like, when he's fighting at the Battle of Sauron and stuff, he looks like maybe mid-30s, late 30s, something like that. So it's like he's gotta. Maybe some stress happens and he gets, he's looking older because of stress or something. The filming of season 2 began on October 3rd, 2022. So it looks like as of right now there is no like presumed release date for season 2.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it might take us a couple of years. Like that's it. Oh, they've with Amazon. I guess it's the director and producer, or whatever, the executive producer has officially stated that they're on for 5 seasons at minimum. And they even know what season 5 is going to be like. Like they've already planned it out that far.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently Amazon has not even officially like stated that they're like planning on making a season 3, even though these two people, McKay and Payne, have said that they have a 5 season. I guess they just say they have a 5 season run planned out. So like if they get to 5 seasons, like they already have it all planned out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good that they're thinking about all this stuff early, and making sure they make a cohesive story across the different seasons and stuff, instead of going like, all right, here's season 1. Now what the fuck are we gonna do for season 2?
Yeah, right.
And then trying to piece things together and stuff and making it like real shoddy. It's like if they've already planned it out this far, I would imagine they're taking a lot of inspiration from the Silmarillion. As like a lot of their like, where they're gonna take things.
Yeah.
And they already know that season 2 is also going to be 8 episodes. Jesus. It's really in this article. It's like season 1 finale came and went without any more news of season 2's premiere date, but it did reveal Sauron's identity and gave fans more hints about who the stranger is. quote unquote, in parentheses, he's a wizard! Exclamation point. It's like we know exactly who the fuck he is.
Yep.
More hints about who the stranger. No, we know exactly who the stranger is. Anybody who's watched the original trilogy for Lord of the Rings knows exactly who he is based on one fucking line that he said. That he's only said fucking like in one of the movies. Like, yeah, it's like a one line that he said in the Fellowship of the Ring, but it's like, it's pretty fucking obvious. Like, no other character says it. Like, my brother watched The Rings of Power, like, way after, like, I watched it because he's, like, catching up on other things.
Mm-hmm.
But he watched it, so, like, because his wife watches it, but she's new to, like, Lord of the Rings and, like, nerd stuff. But she's, like, slowly getting her into it. Like, she watched Marvel, she watched Star Wars.
Right.
And he's, like, bringing her into Lord of the Rings and stuff. So, like, but he can't really, like, because, like, sometimes what he'll do, like, depending on what it is, like, he'll, like, pause what they're watching and explain the back, like, lore of it. It's, like, so she has, like, a better understanding of it. But, like, she is so new to, like, Lord of the Rings and stuff that he can't really do that with her because she just doesn't understand. Like, even if he's explaining, she's like, oof. So, like, so there's like that nerd side of him that really wants to like talk about this stuff, but she just won't get it.
Yep.
So he has to wait till he gets to work and talk to me about it because I'll understand. So he's just like brooding overnight, just like, I gotta talk about these things. So he gets into work and like the first thing he does, he's like, okay, they showed the stranger. He did these things. I'm trying to piece it together in my head of like who he could be, and I'm just like, I know exactly who he is, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. Right.
And then he's like, he's like, oh, they talked about how he's, that they say he's Sauron and stuff, but it's like, I'm not sure he's Sauron, and he doesn't seem like this. He's supposed to be Sauron. Like, he could be Saruman because we haven't seen any other wizards yet. I'm like, yep. And he's like, did you just say yep? I'm like, no, I'm like, yep, that I'm following, not that he is Saruman or not Saruman.
Yeah.
I'm like,
neither confirm nor deny.
I can neither confirm nor deny any operations without the Secretary's approval. But yeah, it's like we'll talk about like Marvel shit all the time too.
Yeah.
Like when like a Marvel movie comes out or whatever. Like when Eternals came out, like we talked about it for like 2 days. About like all like the deep lore and stuff. Like one thing my brother and I would love to fucking see in an upcoming Marvel movie, either like at the very end of the movie or like maybe even like an end credits thing, of just some movie in the future. It doesn't have to be any like an Eternals movie, some Marvel movie. So let's say it's like the next like Iron Man. It's like because I'm guessing that it's gonna be Morgan, Iron Man's daughter, is gonna become the new Iron Man because that's what happened in one of the comics. So I'm assuming that's probably what's gonna happen. So like maybe it's in like her first movie or something. She does her thing, she fights her bad guy, but then at the end of it, it kind of has like a wide shot where you see like the sky in the background, and Arishem pops back up, and he's like, "You've been judged," and then it just cuts to black. Because like in Eternals and stuff, he's like, I'll go through your memories, and pass judgment on the planet Earth, and then he just like disappears.
Yeah.
So I would love it for him to come back in and just like, boom, you've been judged, and then just cuts to black, a cliffhanger right there, and it's just like, oh fuck. Like, and then people who maybe have watched Eternals once or whatever was like, I fucking forgot about him. Oh shit. Because like the TV shows and movies are coming, other movies are coming out, so it's like he's just been in the background and just had completely forgot that he was doing his thing.
Right.
I would absolutely love it if that fucking happened. Like, I want it to be before the end credit scene, so it's like boom in your face. But I mean, I'll even take an end credit scene. I want that though. I want that so bad. Because it'll be fucking good. Jesus, where the fuck are you trying to place that?
I was hoping there was going to be more of these.
And like closer. Yikes.
I don't really need it. I was just curious.
Well, maybe you can get the gods to help you out. No, yeah. I still haven't even seen Avatar: Way of the Water yet. I don't even think it's in theater. It might be still actually. Let's see. Because like I was thinking about seeing it like over like during Christmas and stuff, and I Christmas Day I was at my brother's house and my brother-in-law came over. We were talking about it. He's like, "Oh, have you seen it yet?" I was like, "No, I haven't seen it. Have you?" And he's like, "No, you know, because he's married to my sister and her name's Kaylin." He's like, "No, Kaylin and I haven't seen it yet, but we're thinking about going this weekend. You can come with us if you want." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, I'm down. Let's fucking do it." And the weekend came by and I just got like no messages or anything, so I don't know if they went to go see it or if something came up or whatever. But so I just like haven't seen it.
Bummer.
Yeah. So let's see. Spring Hill 8, Where the Water's still showing. Rotten Tomatoes scores 77, audience 92. Like, Rotten Tomatoes is always so critical of movies where an audience goes and sees it, and they're like, the audience was like, we're great. It was a great movie.
Yeah.
A movie called Megan. What is this? Right? Toy company Robotics designs Megan, a lifelike artificial intelligence robot programmed to be a child's greatest companion and parents' greatest eye. When her 8-year-old niece, Caddy, is orphaned, Gemma becomes her guardian. Unsure of how to suddenly become a parent, Gemma decides to pair her Megan prototype with Caddy in an attempt to resolve both problems, a decision that will have unexpected consequences when the robot becomes violently overprotective of her new friend. Rotten Tomatoes score of 95, audience 79. 3 out of 5 stars. Rotten Tomatoes, stop it. You don't know how to rate movies.
Yeah, no, sure don't.
The old way. I don't even know what this movie is. Rotten Tomatoes, 36%. Audience, 76. Like, how are they still rating movies? The only one on this list that is close is the Puss in Boots: The Last Wish movie. Rotten Tomatoes, 96. Audience, 93. Like, that's the only one on here that's close. Like, how is Rotten Tomatoes still rating movies? How are people still using their ratings? Because they mean nothing.
Literally nothing. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, The Way of Water, like, apparently fucking flopped in terms of, like, how much it was supposed to make to, like, break even.
Mm-hmm.
But people are fucking, according to, Showtimes.com, people are fucking loving it. It's a 3-hour movie, though.
Oh, God.
3 hours 12 minutes. Yikes.
Nope.
I think after you hit the 3-minute mark, I mean, even like 2 minutes 30, 2 minutes 45 is still kind of pushing, but like definitely when you hit the 3-minute mark, there needs to be an intermission in the middle to let people fucking piss.
3 minutes is not a very long time, though.
Sorry, not 3 hours. Sorry. You know what I meant.
I wasn't sure.
It 100% when you hit the 3-hour mark, intermission to let people fucking go to the bathroom, please.
For God's sakes.
Intermissions used to be a thing when movies first came out. Bring those back, for the love of God. People need to pee, especially if it's a movie they want to see. Like hour and a half, 2-hour movies. If you gotta pee, suck it up. It's a 2-hour. You can hold your bladder for 2 hours. Just don't drink so much soda. Like, chill out, you fucking fatty. But 3 hours, even if you sip your soda, 3 hours, you gotta fucking piss.
Yeah.
I forgot to see Violent Night. I wanted to see that. Did you see Violent Night? Or have you?
My oldest went and saw it with her friend, though. She said it was great until the end. At the end, made her cry or something.
It's probably like a sad ending or whatever, but it's the main character is the same guy who played Stranger Things, who played like the cop. I forget his name. He's a good actor though. Did really well in Stranger Things. Yeah, and when I saw him be Santa Claus in this, and then like what the movie's about, I was like, I gotta see this. I gotta see this movie. This one was again fairly close with Rotten Tomatoes and audience. Rotten Tomatoes 73, audience 88. I'm surprised it didn't get a higher score with the audience. I feel like this movie would have been fucking killing it. Wakanda Forever came out? When?
A while ago.
Why am I just now hearing about this? I'm usually on top of Marvel stuff. Well,
need to
it's
just get rigid.
it's showing in theaters. All right, I might have to make a day of this tomorrow. I might just have to make a day of this tomorrow. Go see like a bunch of movies.
Drops $250 on the movie.
I have I have gone to the theaters before and watched 3 movies in a row.
Damn.
It's not a weird thing that has happened before. So,
Mhm.
but I mean, right now it's really only those 2, unless Violent Night is also showing. And it is showing. Okay, so I could see Violent as well. They're only showing at 10 p.m. is the earliest though with those. Yikes. Oh, it's also in specific theaters. Okay, the Beacon. That's the one close by. Still 10 p.m. Or at least today. Oh, that's today, 10 p.m. No, they do. The earliest is actually 12:25. Oh, that's the Regal at Newport Richie. The one nearest to me. 4 p.m. What about Wakanda Forever? Ugh. I don't think Wakanda Forever is actually showing. Look how Beacon's actual website. Oh, what's kind of cool? I don't. The AMC like Beacon theaters, they do flashback cinemas where they play older movies.
Yeah.
So they're playing Jurassic Park tomorrow, like the original.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
so you could see it. You could see it on the big screen again. I fucking love that they're doing that. Yeah, they're not doing Wakanda Forever at the Beacon. Fuck. Oh. They're doing Way of the Water. They actually have. They have 3. They're gonna have 3 theaters dedicated to Way of the Water. One for 3D, the other 2 for normal, and then the GTX.
Nice.
Yeah, no, fucking nuts. Really, the only theater close to me that's showing Wakanda Forever is Regal. And they're also doing Way of the Water. And they're doing Violent Night. Okay, so I might have to go down to Newport Richie. If I want to watch all of them at one theater. But the thing is, do the times line up where I can? The Way of the Water starts at 12. Wakanda Forever has a 3:55. So I'll have like a 30 to 40 minute break between those 2. But then Violent Night, and how long is Wakanda Forever? Probably like 2 hours. 2 hours 40. So that one would be done like 6 o'clock. Violent Night has a 7:35. So it would be an hour and a half between those 2. So I could go get food, like go eat somewhere, and then come back. That's if I'm.
You know you want.
I do. That's the thing. I do want to do that. I don't know why. I went onto Regal's website. It defaulted me to fucking Bristol in the UK as my location. Like, what the fuck?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, like, thanks. How much are tickets? 192 minutes. Yikes. You need a fucking, what is it, a catheter that you can fucking pee in a bag
Oh god, yeah. Or
for that fucking movie?
or
Tickets are $12. Could I get somebody to go with who would be committed to watching all three of these movies?
call Eric. Tell him you'll pay for his plane ticket.
Hey, you're gonna get here noon, and we're gonna go see 3 movies together. I want to see Wakanda because I want to keep up to date with all the Marvel movies. I'm surprised nobody's fucking spoiling shit online about Wakanda Forever. I mean, I haven't seen it, but
I feel
typically
you
when
probably
like,
don't spend a lot of time on Facebook.
oh no, fuck Facebook. Like, you know, I'm like iFunny and like, YouTube and stuff, but like, I mean, typically when like the next Marvel movie comes out, either people are like flaming it on iFunny or they're like praising the hell out of it, and there's been nothing. So, which is kind of strange to me. What sucks is I would love to just like call up my brother. Hey, tomorrow, you, me, we're going to see Wakanda Forever. I'm paying. But I can't do that because he has 2 like kids who are like 1 year old.
Yeah.
So you can't just like leave them at home. I mean, I would also want to bring his wife Crystal because she's getting into Marvel and stuff, like I said. And I would just feel bad for leaving her out. But it's like, who's gonna watch the kids?
Yeah.
Like, they're too young to just sit quietly in the movie and watch it, And they'll Cole, and before they even watch the newest Marvel movies, Cole's got to get him up to speed. He's got to start at Iron Man and go in chronological order. Actually, no, going in chronological order. You got to start with fucking Captain America: Captain America: The First Avenger. Then you gotta go, fucking Captain Marvel, and then you gotta go Iron. But then if you're gonna go in really, there's a whole thing. Actually, before Endgame came out, I actually watched all of the movies in chronological order. Didn't actually take that long. It took like a weekend. But I did it. The end credit scenes didn't make any fucking sense. Because they're all for like what movie's coming out next in like release order. So it's like you watch like Captain Marvel and you see the end credit scene, you go to Iron Man next, you're like, that end credit scene didn't make any fucking sense.
Make goddamn lickers.
Yeah. So it's like if you ever decide to watch them in chronological order, you don't have to watch the end credit scenes. They're just gonna confuse you anyway. Yeah. But because I think Disney Plus was doing it for a while, then they stopped, but then they brought it back.
Yeah.
They showed they had a listing of all the movies in chronological order. In terms of like timeline, I don't know if they're still doing that.
Just had a robot offer me viewers.
Sick. Yeah, actually they do still show it in timeline order. Oh, that's forgot. They put the shows and the one shots in there mixed in, or at least the one shot. Yeah, no, and the shows they've mixed them in there. Oh, they actually split it up by episodes of the shows. Sick. Oh, they didn't do it for Loki or WandaVision and stuff. I guess because those all happen, and then the whole show happens. Excuse me.
Didn't I?
Yeah, I sneezed. You can't tell the difference between my sneeze and coughs. Coughs.
No, because you clip out and I can't ever hear what I can't ever hear.
That'll make sense.
Plus my natural spontaneity.
Yeah, whenever I cough though, because like the thing is I don't cough like or sneeze like directly in the mic. I always like move like a couple inches away in the head.
Yeah.
Because obviously I don't want to fucking blow your eardrums out. But like I'll cough and then you're like, "Bless you?" Question mark. So many things coming up in the next couple months. Fucking wish list Dead Space. I hope the remastered is actually a remastered, you know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, in the description they say that they they improved the visuals, they improved the audio and stuff, and like gameplay. So it's probably less like buggy and less like the movement is probably going to be like less jank and stuff. Not that the first one was very janky, but
Right.
it's going to feel a lot cleaner. I mean, just from the trailer and stuff, it looks better. It looks like a game that would probably come out today. But it still feels like, just from the visuals, it still feels like original Dead Space.
Yeah.
Which is good. It looks a lot more, you know, polished and modern. Dude, if this is true to what the game is actually going to look like, this is how you fucking do a remaster. Unlike what fucking Skyrim did, where they just re-released the game with slightly different code to piss off the modders. Like, thanks, guys. I forget which Dead Space it was, where you're like walking down that hallway and you get grabbed by the. Oh, it's the first Dead Space because they just showed it. I was saying it. But that fucking tentacle like part of the game where you're getting like dragged through the hallway with a fucking being dragged by that tentacle and stuff. Apparently that took them months to do because it just like wasn't working. Yeah, they're like we want this desperately, but like no matter what they did, it just wasn't working until they did like something like really simple that they didn't think of, and it just like, you know, made it work. I just wanted to make sure, but it is the original developers who are remastering it, not somebody else, which is good. The same people who made Mass Effect and Overlord and Mirror's Edge. I didn't know them. Mirror's Edge. But these developers have been all over the fucking place. Jesus Christ. Like, they made Spore, they made Overlord, Mirror's Edge, They made fucking Plants vs. Zombies.
Wow.
These guys are all Dead Space. Like, they're in... Their hands are in every fucking genre. They are everywhere. They made fucking Bejeweled.
That's a winner.
That's
Right
their...
there.
Yeah. They did Need for Speed Drift, Operation Flashpoint, Command and Conquer 3, Battlefield Bad Company 2, the 2010 Medal of Honor. They did Dragon Age Origins. So another Dragon Age Origins, I like DLC. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. The Sims 3, they did Crisis 2. Like, these guys fucking made everything. All like the games that like everybody talks about as being one of the best games they've ever played, these guys made it. Like, either they made it or they helped make it.
Yeah.
They did both the Battlefronts, Battlefront 2, the Star Wars. They helped make Titanfall 2. A Way Out, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Really need them to actually move through with the remake of that.
Mm-hmm.
Need them to get there. They advertised it, they talked about it, and then they came back a while later and were like, ooh, yeah, this is indefinitely shelved right now.
Oh, sorry, this is just EA. Why does it go? I clicked on fucking the publisher, the developers, not the fucking publisher. That's why I was getting all this shit. It's fucking EA's, what EA's fucking hands in. I want the developers. Fucking. So Motive, the actual developer, has only done Dead Space. I'll start with Skol. Battle. Hey, but at least they're still sticking. They're holding to their shit. At least I think. Unless I'm reading the website. Okay, yeah. So the first Dead Space, the developer, there's two developers, Visceral Games and Motive. So Motive, I don't know who was the original developer or if it was shared 50-50, but at least Motive either had, it was their game or they helped get it. Dead Space 2. Okay, then Dead Space 2 is just Visceral. 3 is just okay, so it's Visceral's game. But I guess I don't know if Visceral Games is owned by EA or not. Motive is. And Dead Space is, published by EA. So it's probably their IP. So they're just like, hey Motive, you worked on the first one. Remaster it. as long as they hold true to the original and just make it look better and sound better, play better, then I'm sure it'll fucking do really, really well. Imagine EA brings in fucking loot boxes. Not kidding. That'd be fucking insane. How would you incorporate loot boxes into Dead Space? I'm sure EA probably asked Visceral if they wanted to remaster it, and Visceral's like, no, the game is perfect how it is. Fucking leave it alone.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, like, the game is great. Why do you want to fucking touch it again? The classic. And EA's like, money. And then
Yeah,
they
but
probably
it
went
could
to
be
motive.
more
Like,
of a clap.
yeah. So then they probably went to motive. They're like, hey, make us money by remastering the first Dead Space. And they probably took it as, we're telling you to do it. So they're like, okay, instead of like, it's a question. Because I don't see why you wouldn't go to the original developer first. Because it's their baby, they're gonna take the best care of it, you know? Keep it true to, you know, Dead Space. But they're also they're gonna be the first people to tell you to fuck off and not ruin their game.
If they're
That's
doing
if
their
they
job
care.
right.
Yeah, if they're doing their job and they actually care about their game. Whoever's doing the gameplay trailer for this doesn't know how to fight fucking xenomorphs. Shooting him in the chest constantly. That's not how you kill him.
Sure.
Shoot them arms off, baby. Everybody's first time playing Dead Space, you always shoot him in the head. First xenomorph you see, shoot him in the head, they're just running at you without a head. Just swinging wildly, and you're just like freaking out. You're, Jesus Christ, mate! This bit was so good. They really changed the horror game when the first Dead Space came out. Because before then, like, there's always been like, you play a horror game, there's always that one spot, like the one gameplay mechanic that was like your safer, like elevators, for example.
Right.
In like a lot of horror games, you get in an elevator, you're stuck there. That's your safe spot. That's your moment to relax. Dead Space goes, nah, nowhere's safe. So I play a horror game now, and I'm like in an elevator sequence, and I'm like looking at the walls and the ceiling, and I'm like, my back's in a corner, but I still can't trust that corner, so I'm like walking into a different corner, like where's the thing gonna pop out and fucking attack me from, you know? Dead Space has ruined any kind of thought of safety during a horror game. Like even when I played Resident Evil 2 remaster, like the remake, not remaster because actually for it. Even when you get into like the rooms where you like have the typewriter to save and stuff, I'm like running away from like Mr. X, and I always assume that at one point he's just gonna walk in through the door and just attack me.
You feel whack.
Yeah, but like they never do it because like most of the time it's the door's like a one out kind of thing.
Right.
So if he does walk in, like you're fucked. But and Mr. X's AI just gets confused with doors in general. Like there's that whole like video going on like around the internet where like these group of people were like playing it and they were like cracking jokes the whole time, but like one of them would walk through the door, like Mr. X would like walk down these stairs and like go after the character, like after Claire, but then like, you know, the person playing the game would walk back through the door and the door would close, and then Mr. X would forget that Claire was there and like try to walk back up the stairs. So they'd go back into the room, Mr. X would walk down the stairs to him, and then they just kept doing that over and over again. But they were like pretending Mr. X was like a librarian, and like Claire had an overdue book. But he also had like the object permanence of like a baby. So he's like, Claire, you get back here, young lady. You know, you got to return the she's gone. I guess I'll go back to tending the shelves. Like, it's like the funniest video. It goes on for like, I think it's like a minute or something, but like the whole time it's just that.
Yeah.
Because at one point Mr. X gets like right at the door. He like watches it close. And Claire's on the other side, and the moment it closes, you can hear Mr. X walking away. Like he doesn't just go through the door. It's great though.
All right,
It's like
friends.
silly like.
We are
gameplay
gonna
mechanics
call
and
this here. This is an interesting, enjoyable game. Very peaceful and calm. I enjoyed it. So, definitely play more here. If you liked it, hit that follow button. If you're feeling generous, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on or subscribe on YouTube. That's free. Where more videos are. More videos of this will start popping up here in the future. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch everyone next time. I'll be live tomorrow. Probably. Till then, peace out.